Hi, my name is Dennis Boyle. I'm a special education teacher located in Bakersfield, California. I received my undergraduate degree in elementary education and special education, as well as my graduate degree in educational leadership through Grand Canyon University. As an educator, my experience with students with autism has been minimal. However, with current research, I discovered information that could be beneficial for parents and other service providers out there listening in. Today's discussion will focus on reinforcement and determining the function of behavior. Functioning meaning, why is my child or student having these behaviors? And how do I reinforce the behaviors that's going to be beneficial to my child or student? First, I will talk in detail about the principles of reinforcement. There are 3 principles of focus for today: positive reinforcement, second, negative reinforcement, and third, punishment. PubMed.gov is an excellent resource. It's a National Library of Medicine and can provide further research and strategies to help with autism spectrum disorder. An article on behavior modification by Hannah Scott, published in November 2021, discusses how positive reinforcement occurs when a behavior is encouraged by rewards. An example of positive reinforcement could be something as simple as providing a child with a piece of candy for cleaning their room. As the cleaning of the room is the desired behavior, parents can reinforce the behavior through a positive reinforcer or reward, which would be the candy. The candy is given or added when the behavior occurs, making the behavior more likely to reoccur in the future. Candy could easily be substituted for a preferred choice for the child, such as a toy, a game, and must always include praising the child. Now, let's switch gears to negative reinforcement. The word negative does not mean it's bad for the child. Negative reinforcement is when something is taken away to encourage good behavior. Let's take a look at 2 examples. The first example is where a child doesn't like to do their homework. A parent nags for so long, and the child does their homework. The child does their homework to get the nagging to stop. Let's look at another example. Let's say you have a child who doesn't go to bed when it's bedtime. You tell the child, you don't have to make the bed in the morning. By removing the chore that they don't like, making the bed, you are encouraging the child to go to sleep on time, which is the behavior that is needed to be worked on and reinforced. Next, we are going to look at punishment. According to a peer-reviewed article, Descriptive Analysis of the Use of Punishment-Based Techniques with Children Diagnosed with Autism Spectrum Disorder, punishment is defined as any stimulus change following a response that decreases the probability of the response occurring in similar situations in the future. So let's break this down. For easier understanding, you are punishing the individual so the action or expected behavior occurs again. Punishment has 2 forms: positive punishment and negative punishment. When you hear the word positive, most people get confused. How can punishment be positive? But in terms of psychology, positive means to add something unpleasant, and negative means to remove something desirable. An example of positive punishment at home could include giving your child more chores for making a mess at the dinner table, or not picking up their toys after you ask them multiple times to do it. According to the medical review article, What is Positive Punishment? Positive punishment can be effective when it is immediately followed the unwanted behavior. It works best when applied consistently. So let's look at negative punishment. Negative punishment would be taking away a toy, losing rewards, being grounded. The list can go on and on and on. It takes away something that the child likes to reinforce the expected behavior you are trying to teach. As we all have a better understanding of different ways to reinforce acceptable behaviors, the big question is why? Why is my child or student having these behaviors? What is the function of the behavior? All human behaviors can be categorized into 4 functions: attention, tangible, escape, or sensory. A child may be displaying a behavior for attention and trying to get the attention from a peer or an adult. If a child doesn't want to do something, behaviors may be present as they try to escape the task or demand. When the individual wants something tangible, behaviors may increase. For some children, it may be a sensory issue. Behavior may happen because of the environment, such as the lighting, sound, sense of touch, that could be overwhelming to the child. To determine the function of behavior, data collection would be needed. Questionnaires are typically sent out to teachers, parents, therapists, and any other service providers working with the child with autism. A school psychologist conducts a functional behavior assessment, which identifies the cause of challenging behaviors in children with autism spectrum disorders. All the data collected is then used to determine the function of the behavior and in order to design effective interventions for problem behaviors. As it can be complex and sometimes very challenging working with student with autism, I hope there was a thought or strategy that can be taken away and applied at home, in a session, or during classroom instruction. Identifying the behavior and knowing strategies to reinforce the behavior that is appropriate for the child will go a long way. Consistency is critical when teaching behaviors that are expected. It will not happen overnight. Collaboration with parents, teachers, and other service providers will be the key to ensuring consistency happens across the board. I hope you enjoyed our time together. Thank you for listening in. My name is Dennis Boyle, and have a good day.